Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. Right, as you can see guys, we are in November 2. You're going to have to forgive me for when I'm kind of talking days in the episode guys. I completely and utterly forget that we're doing 2-day months on this series. So it's like, oh, you know, I might say, oh, we're going to be in December in the next month, and it turns out we're just in the second month of... It's very rare I do 2-day months. Very, very rare I play with more than 1 day a month, just because I don't like to make things drag out too much. He says, as we're on like episode 30 probably, and we've only got 1 sheep field and 1 farm, but we have done a lot of jobs on this series. That was the whole point of this series. It was more of a contracty one than like an actual ownery side, especially to begin with. You know, now we're getting to the point where we're starting to, you know, we're getting to own things. By the way, this has less horsepower than the Renault. This is pulling this absolutely fantastic. This is pulling this plough so much nicer than the Renault did. Oh, this is so nice. But yeah, this has just got normal defaulted tyres on. A little bit lack of power as soon as we get to the slightest of slopes. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of what we've got to do today. I do kind of need to look if there's any more jobs going. I kind of just wanted to give this little tractor a whirl. We haven't really used it. They are now released over on King's Mod as well. The guy who originally released them took my fixes to them and yeah, basically just re-released them. But yeah, if anyone's interested in these, or like I say, I do technically still tweak them every once in a while. There's a few little things I've done since the release of the ones on King's Mod. They come with narrow tyres in grey. Again, you've got to remember I'm self-learning on mod fixes and things like that. I have now got all the little narrow wheels in white. Those versions are in my Discord, but again, it's just a case of wheels. You will find them over on my version on Discord, and the original ones over on King's Mod. Yeah, the guy who made these has he released some county tractors as well, and I spent the weekend working with him getting those all error-free as well. So if you're a big fan of like the old Fords, the county tractors, things like that, yeah, they are all coming on King's Mod and will all be error-free rather soon. They're on King's Mod now. It's just some of them have got like the odd little bug and things like that, and yeah, basically just kind of just working our way through them all. So I just kind of wanted to say that really, just to people kind of know what I've been doing lately in what little spare time I've had. This is pulling this on the level really, really well. This is driving this so much nicer than the Renault did. Just got to be careful though, because as soon as you go off onto the plough texture, the wheels do just lose that, what do you call it, you know, like the grip, the momentum, things like that. It does work really, really well. Now this is going to be our second headland done. We're going to have to get a work on this at some point. I'd like to see what other contracts are available. We've currently got 2 tractors right now without any work. Now I've been looking into the fields around where our farm is, and I just want to kind of show you what I'm possibly thinking. You guys know exactly what I'm thinking. But if we just... Ooh, nice. Let me just have a look over on here. Now, I always forget where we are. If we look here, this is the one field we own here. This one, £28,000. It's just like a little mini grass field, but I think it might be worth getting. Now, £90,000 to bring in cows. I don't think that's going to be brought in anytime soon. Same with the horses. I'm not really interested in the horses. But I have been reading everybody's comments as well on this series, and they were like, well, why don't you sell the rabbit area? the rabbit area is not sellable. I don't know why, but yeah, it's not sellable at all. Now I don't know if that's me with a possible mod company, but I have loaded up the game with no mods as well, so I'm gonna presume that the rabbit area is just not sellable, which I think, to be honest, I find very disappointing that we're not able to sell the rabbit, like the rabbit pen, shall we say. The chicken area in that little, next to that barn, we're not able to sell that either. And I don't know, I just think it's a wasted opportunity. But I have done a little bit of research as well, and it turns out the rabbits are not that bad for income. If you feed them just grass, they're not bad. If you buy them as babies and you wait until they're like 3 years old to sell, they're actually worth quite a bit, to be fair, considering, you know. And if you got a couple of adults and you bred the rest, yeah, I don't know, I think it might be worth doing. At the end of the day, we're going to need some water. We have a water tanker, not the end of the world, and we need some grass basically, and we do have a little bit of grass. I wouldn't call it a field. If you remember where my supporter sign is, the guys who help with the channel, that bit of grass area is actually ours. So we do have a place where we can mow. Now, we won't get loads from it, don't get me wrong. It's not like a fully fledged grass field, so we wouldn't get much from it. But if we can get one bale, it wouldn't matter. One bale gives us rabbits, and rabbits can basically just start trying to earn us some money. Now, I do kind of want to bring in chickens, but one of my issues with the chickens is I've got nothing to feed them, and so that's going to be what we plan this year. We're going to look into the area, you know, the situation of feeding the chickens when we come to harvest season. So we're going to do wheat fields, we're going to do barley fields. Not overly fussed about the new contracts at the moment, you know, the new crop, sorry. It's going to be more a case of, you know, getting the chickens in, getting the chickens fed, making sure we've got a good supply of them, because we don't have a field, we can't plant our own, so we have to use what we can get from contracts. So I'm going to, when harvest season does come around, I am going to be looking at wheat, barley. I believe I changed it so I can feed my chickens corn, so if there's any corn fields we might look at doing that. Again, it's more just a case of a different crop harvest. But we are going to have to start looking into doing some grass work soon. From what I've gathered, you know, it's technically winter now. Shouldn't really do grass contracts in winter, but I have been looking on the calendar and it does state that you can do grass work over winter. Like you can harvest the grass all year, you just can't plant it. So I don't know, we might look at doing some grass work in December, just because one, they're usually really good paying contract, two, it'll help us get some more fields, some more land. If we do a hay contract, we can feed the rabbits hay, so at least we could bring in rabbits that way. My sheep though are doing really well. We don't really need to mess too much with them at the moment. They make and graze more grass than, you know, so we don't have to do anything with them. But you've got to remember, we've only got a small quantity of sheep, so you know, we do want to try and get that a little bit more as well. But yeah, I'm not really interested in the horses. I'm just going to kind of put that one out there. now. So what we're gonna most likely do is we will most likely at some point buy the horse area, as long as I can sell it. If I can't sell it, you know, and take a fence down, and basically I want to put some cows in that area. That's the plan. Now the horse area, sorry, is not badly priced. I think it's about £10,000, which is another reason why we need to be looking at doing some contracts. Now I have kind of waffled on for quite a bit doing this contract, and there's not really much more I can do about that. We're too far in this field now to do a bit of a time lapse, but I do like to just have a bit of a chat, a bit of an idea of what we're going to look at doing on this series. So those are kind of the idea, you know. Obviously we need to buy a seeder in it, you know, we need to buy a harvester, but a harvester has to come soon, because harvest season is going to be fastly approaching. I know you're probably thinking, oh yeah, but it's November. Yeah, but you got to think, I need at least 30 to 70,000 pounds just for a harvester. So it's not like it's a cheap thing to buy, but I'm hoping at some point to be able to get all these tractors on with a hay contract. Now I know silage contracts are so much better for money. The issue with that is having to buy a wrapper. Now I have been once again I've been working with the same guy who released the McHale wrappers. I have fixed them. I've added in missing animations, fixed all the issues with those balers, wrappers, straw blowers, things like that. So just so you're aware, and I mean I'm going to be looking at possibly getting one of those wrappers, but again that's going to be like a £50,000 investment. Right now we don't have £50,000 to invest in a wrapper, but we do have all the equipment to do a hay contract. So I'm thinking maybe once we get this contract done, we find a hay contract near us, we get Cosplay on with us a little bit, and we basically go and get some hay work done. We've got 3 tractors now, so we've got one for baling, one for rowing, one for mowing. So the only thing we don't have is one for picking up the bales, but if we can kind of automate some of this mowing kind of thing and do it all in one pass, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking doing it in one pass. Right, that has actually come up as completed already, but that is not too bad. There's plenty of fertilising content, but I kind of just want to stay away from them for now. We did a lot of them, so we are trying to find where the grass field. I'd like to do something like 6. Do you know what I mean? I could do 107 again, I suppose. It's not far away. It's just up the road. No, it's going to stay at 22. It's going to be the lowest. So where is 24? Where's 24? Now that's a huge field, but look at the income on that. £12,000. Ted it and bale it. We're going to do field 24, guys. That's what we're going to do for the rest of this. Now I've got to remember how I get back to my farm through here. There's one of my fields has a gate. I don't remember which one, but what I'm thinking here is we can possibly do this in a slightly different way as well, because if we use Cosplay, we can go and get the mower on, then while we're driving the next one up, the mower should have like done a headland. This is like 12 grand. And yeah, by the way, I've got no idea what the sheep are doing. I know they do look like little mini robots. And I just wanted to say that they've been very glitchy. I've always had that issue with this game, man. They never seem to really. I think it's just because they're just loading in. I think that's what it is. I think it's just because they're loading in. Have a look. How much wool have we got? Ooh, 17 litres. Don't break the bank, guys. Don't break the bank. I know you're only babies. Let's just have a look. Waters. Yeah. 30,000 litres of food. Don't need to worry about those too much. But yeah, what we want to do now is we want to get baling. We want to get mowing. A little bit of a slower paced episode today, but I do enjoy the slightly slower paced ones like this. I really do. Gives me a chance to just, you know, have a bit of a chat, tell you what we're going to be like looking at doing. Dude, bringing some rabbits. Shout out as well to Per Olof. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name massively incorrectly as well. Newest Patreon supporter, guys. So big shout out to him. Also, I messaged you on Patreon, dude. Your name is way too long to put on the supporter board, so I have sent you a message asking if, for example, Per Olof was fine just using that name, but I didn't get a response to, so I haven't updated the board with your name just because just wanted to make sure that was okay. Now obviously you didn't reply to the Patreon message I sent you, so kind of just mentioning it here because I know you do watch the series and I do massively appreciate that. So yeah, if that is fine, dude, just let me know in a comment below or reply to the message on Patreon and I'll get the supporter board updated, and then that way we can get it all done and dusted. Now this is going, yeah, if I take this Leyland, because we know the Leyland can run the mower, so if we run the Leyland over to the field, we get the Leyland mowing, we then take the Renault over and we get the Renault, I don't know, or the Ford, whichever one it is, and we get that windrowing. No, we need to TED as well, don't we? We need to TED. Right, so we're still going to have another tractor at some point. So we need to cut, TED, row. That's what we can do in one pass. Cut, TED, row. So that means the Leyland will be used for baling because he'll finish first. And we should be able to fly through a lot of this upcoming contract, especially now we've got 3 tractors. So we'll need a 4th tractor to bale and a 5th tractor to sell the bales, basically. But that's kind of what we need. Now I know a lot of people are going to hate the fact that I'm going to be doing a grass contract in the snow, but you guys have seen me do loads of fertilising, loads of cultivating, loads of ploughing. I'm just trying to do something a little bit different, and it is going to involve doing some grass work, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some grass work. We'll get a time lapse on in once we've got our equipment and that there. Plus right now I need to figure out how the hell I get into this field. I've got no idea. How do I get into field 24? Please tell me there's a nice easy gate I can go through. Right, well this is field 28, so that's not it. Where do I get into field 24? Oh, you're joking me. All the way up there. Okay, that's going to slow me down, especially in the Leyland. The Leyland's mega slow. The Leyland's mega slow. I think I have to go through. Right, I can go through. Yeah, I can go through 28. That'll do. It's the traffic, you see, is going to be the problem. If I go this way and jump through this field here, we'll start getting this unfolded ready. There we go. So that's jump into field 27, then do 24. Lovely. There we go. That's not too bad. not too bad, I suppose. So we're in this field. Let's get this on. Let's do no course. 3 headlands. 3 headlands should be enough. Generate field work. And away you go. Leave him to do that. Right, so we're going to put the... We need the tedder next. Let's use the tedder on the Ford just because it's a little bit less power. Aha, there it is. I can never remember where I park anything. Literally got a brain like Dory the fish. Do that, do that, do that. And then what we'll do, we'll drive that up to the field. If I can get out of here, that is. How the hell did I park? But I tell you how I did it. I didn't have a bloody Renault parked in my way. I didn't have a bloody Renault parked in my way. But what I'm thinking here is we can use the money from this contract and possibly buy some, you know, towards the baler. Like I said, there is a £36,000. There is a bit of a field we could possibly buy. Now, like I said, the field it is just a grass field. It's nothing special, but we could possibly plough that field out. We could put in some spring barley, some spring wheat. That would then give us the position to be bringing in some chickens to feed. Now, I'm probably going to bring in some chickens at some point, but they won't be fed. That's one thing I just want to kind of say. Just gonna gradually move these over. Yeah, I do love an episode like this where we just have like you know, a bit of a chat. I know some people prefer when we do more in an episode, but it's a different style of episode today, guys. Just for me, it's Sunday morning. I've just been mega quiet. I'm just having a chill day while sitting in a living room that's melting me. It is not nice weather at the moment. It is too hot for me. To be honest with you, as soon as it hits more than 15 degrees, it's too hot for me. I know some people are like, oh wow, you know, but yeah, I'm just a cold person. I just prefer cold weather. I really, really do. Right, let me have a look at something. Our mower is 6 point. Right, so we need to leave that there. He's in there, yeah. We need to leave him in there. Alright, now we need the windrow. I need him to finish a headland. I need him to finish a headland before I can look on the wall. Do that. Do that. Lovely jubbly. Oh my god, it's done it again. There we go. Done. So this is 3 of the 5 pieces of equipment we need. But we just need to get the first headland done before we can set the tedder going. That is the position we're in at the moment. As long as I don't drive into the stream, it should be good. Yeah, still thinking about putting something on this land here. This land here is unbuyable. I need to figure out in Giant Editor how to make that land buyable, because I just feel like that bit of land just there is wasted space. Even if you just put it to like 30 grand, for example, kind of ridiculously priced, we could do something with that land. We could do something with it. But as it stands, there's nothing we can do with it because you can't buy it. Now I can place like a cow shed on it, just because I've got the mod. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like if I can figure out how to make viable land, I would much prefer to do that. Right, the Leyland has officially done one headland, so now we can get these guys on. We can get these guys on. The Ford going, gonna be the best one. But yeah, he's I don't know, I'm still thinking there's a bit of a problem. Oh, I didn't put smooth turns on, I put proper turns on. That's not going to be good. But if I do that, if I do this, first waypoint, no course. .9 meters. Interesting. 6.9 meters. Number of headlands, I put it as 3. It was smooth. I'm going to do that as sharp. Okay. I think this is going to get in the way. But we're gonna try it. We're just gonna try it. I want to try and get on with this job a little bit first. I'd like to just, you know, this is going to be the easiest way to do this. So he is going to do that. If we then just follow him round, and that way we can hopefully get this into a little bit of a time lapse. But the problem is, I don't know how well this is going to work. I think we might have issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the radio turned on, and we're going to try and get as much of this field done as we can in the next few minutes.
Summer like healing, summer like pain. Show me
as you can see, we've got quite a bit done. To be honest, I should have done the centre first. It's an easy mistake to make, but yeah, I should have done the centre first because it would have been a lot neater to have tidied up, especially with the windrow. But I will go around and do the third headland again once this is all finished, most likely anyway. But yeah, we've done. Well, I'd like to just stay in just to get the mowing side of things done. Reason being is if I can get the mowing finished today, we can I'm concentrating at the same time. Yeah, if we can get the mowing finished today, I can use the Leyland to go and bring the baler, you know what I mean? I can take the mower back, I don't know actually, I might even look, see if there's another contract like 22, 25, 20, you know what I mean? If there's an adjacent field also need doing, we might just do that at the same time. I don't know. I suppose it depends because it needs to be a tedding contract rather than a silage one. Yeah, my windrow was a little bit smaller. If I'd have realised it was going to be like this, what I would have done is I would have joined. I would have set the Leyland going earlier. You know, while we were ploughing that other field, that's just going to constantly get grass, so that's not enough. Yeah, I'm going to have to follow the ford again. But yeah, we are making a little bit of a mess on these headlands. But it's fine. It's good enough for me. There'll be a few little patches we probably end up leaving. But I think if I can just get this this mowing bit done, what's it got, about 4 or 5 more passes? I say videos this week, guys, will come on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. Friday videos don't seem to really do over well, to be honest. Obviously Euro Truck Simulator Pro Mods has now been updated, so that means I'm going to be working back over on my other channel. But yeah, I had a couple of comments stating, you know, why I push for like a 50 like 500 view goal, guys, and to be honest, it's for the channel. Spoken to some server companies, things like that, and they basically set me some goals, and that's one of the reasons why those are kind of our goals. But because of some of the videos over the last week, we've not reached that goal on several of them, and we have to have like 3 months solid of 550s, and so yeah, it's basically like we're having to restart that thing all over again. But yeah, that's why I do it, guys. That and the fact that, you know, it helps me spread my time between the 2 channels as well. You know, like if, for example, Farm Sim is hitting the 50 likes, 500 views on every video, I'll produce more of them because it helps me push for the goal with the server company that I've been speaking to, and that's why we do it. Genuinely, that's why we do it. And obviously, if we can get a server, we can then open up like a multiplayer game. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, that's why we had that goal, you see, just to try and help grow the channel. But yeah, that's all it is. It's why we do it, and you know, it helps me determine, you know, which channel I need to be, you know, on. Like, I don't want to say necessarily the most, maybe like a poor choice of words, but when you've got more than one channel, you've got to kind of split your time as evenly as you can. But if one channel is doing really well and growing and, you know, constantly progressing, obviously that channel needs to get more attention to keep it up, you know what I mean? So, but I have found that every time we do a video, 5 videos a week, they just drop off by the end of the week. So I'm thinking we're just going to stick to possibly at least 3 videos for Court Farm. If I bring any more Farm Sim videos, I might bring a different kind of series. I've always wanted to play on Western Wilds with a 0 challenge where you just basically start with a chainsaw, and that's about it. Chainsaw and a quad bike or something like that. But yeah, there's just possible ideas. As you can see, this is going to take clearly slightly longer than I initially planned. I've missed quite a bit there. I don't want to miss loads there. not worth missing. So I'm most likely going to end this episode around about here, because we're kind of at going to be a usual recording time. And all I'm going to do basically is I'm not going to like, yeah, you probably find in the next episode we'll be ready to bail. But I will look for a possible field 27, field 28 or something like that as another, just while we've got all the equipment here. But if we do that, we can't bail this field. That's the only downside. Like a catch-22 of what we're not able to do. So I don't know. We'll look and we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. But hopefully, guys, you have enjoyed this episode. It's been a different kind of episode today. Just one where we've had a bit of a chit chat, where I'm kind of and what I'm trying to do with the channel, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed all of it. But thank you so much for watching if you've made it to the end. I know a lot of you do. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.